Visualizing work with a timeline gives a perspective of what's been achieved and what lies ahead and motivates the team to move forward. Today we'll show you how to create a timeline for your project and discover all its benefits. Before we start, let me just say a big thank you to our Scrum Master for showing you all the examples. Now, let's roll. What's a timeline? A timeline is a visual overview of the project and events as they take place in the order of sequence. It helps the team visualize work and plan for future items. A timeline can be as complex or as simple as you need it to be. It can show important events and milestones or all of the events and tasks in a project. Creating a timeline is one of many ways you can visualize your work processes. We've discussed many other ways to visualize your work on our channel. Check them out. How can you use a timeline? To make the most of the timeline, do the following. Plan which aspects of a project you want to cover. Plan the layout, and arrange events in a chronological sequence. A timeline visual can be put up on a whiteboard, paper, or corkboard, but you can also make a timeline in a virtual space. Active Collab creates a timeline overview of your project based on the task start and due dates, showing you a timeline overview, also known as a Gantt chart for each project. The timeline view shows you the dependencies between tasks, which can be easily created or broken in a few clicks. Dependencies come in handy when a task should wait for another task to be completed first, before you can start working on it. This is how you'll know exactly which task is blocking another task from being completed or worked on. What's a Gantt chart? At the beginning of the 20th century, Henry Gantt created and popularized a Gantt chart that shows the project schedule. On the horizontal axis, the chart shows the time, while tasks in the project are shown on the vertical axis. What are the benefits of using a timeline? Having a timeline visualization of the project has multiple benefits. Giving perspective. A timeline view gives the project manager and the team a better overview of the project. It shows fully the relationship between the team's workload and design time the project should last. This allows the team to plan their time and work better, in order to finish work on time and not overstep the deadline. The project manager can see which team members are busy or available, making the most of their time or assigning them to more projects at once. Easy to understand. Another great thing about using the timeline is that the team doesn't need special training to understand it. It's self-explanatory, making it easy for everyone on the team to use and understand. Makes planning easy. Having a timeline available will make planning easy for the entire team. Project managers will be able to plan work and make changes that the entire team can see. A timeline is easy to follow and easy to build on over time. If the team needs help planning the next step or visualizing the process, a timeline helps them stay on the right track and plan the next step accordingly. Distributing resources better. When working on a project, the most critical resource is time. Wasting time also means wasting money. Distributing tasks across the timeline lets the team better manage their most important resource. It also prevents assigning too much or too little workload on certain team members by evenly distributing workload among all team members. How to start using a timeline. Draw a horizontal and a vertical axis. Usually, a horizontal axis represents the flow of time, while on a vertical axis, you can place achievements, sticky notes, tasks, or milestones. Alternatively, you can use a vertical axis to represent the time flow, which can be helpful if you want to represent bigger milestones or more significant periods, such as the development of an entire company through the years. Place the timeline in an environment where everyone can access it and allow people to use it by contributing to it. The best way to make the most of the timeline is to put it in an environment you know everyone will access, whether it's an office space or a digital environment. Consider what period you want the timeline to represent. It can represent a sprint if you use the Agile method, monthly or quarterly achievements, or even yearly achievements. It's up to the team. Why is a timeline better than a board with columns? A timeline is more valuable than columns because it lets the team know how much time has passed while working on a project and what has happened at which point in time. Most importantly, it shows which task begins at which point and which tasks are blocked by other tasks waiting for them to be completed first. Team members can easily spot their tasks and know by when they should complete each activity. A board such as Kanban has different advantages. You can also check out our video about board visualization. We'll leave a link below. How do people perceive time, and how can a timeline motivate them? People can lose track of time and achievements when working on a project. They need a simple visual way to catch up on deadlines and prevent losing sight of them. With a timeline and dependencies between the tasks clearly and visually shown, a project manager ensures that important info does not slip through the cracks of an organization. Plus, it allows the team to reflect on past achievements and plan future work. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Visual can be put up on a whiteboard, paper, or we'll leave a link below. You can also check our... Remember to like, share, and subscribe.